Hey, what is up, guys? So today I'm going to talk to you about Grand Theft Auto 6, do a little run through here on it. Now, a lot of you have seen videos on Grand Theft Auto 6 and people supposedly getting Grand Theft Auto 6 in the mail. They're all fake. The truth is, Grand Theft Auto 6, the earliest we're going to see it released would be 2018, and that's pushing it. Because right now, Red Dead Redemption is scheduled for release of December 31st of 2017 at 6 p.m. Central Time for Xbox One. Now, Grand Theft Auto 6 is made by Rockstar, same as Red Dead Redemption 2. So therefore, you will not see two games come out of them like this in the same year, or this close to each other. Now, Rockstar Games is a big company. They have Rockstar North and then their standard Rockstar company. But, truth be told, when one goes into production with a game, they both go into it. So let's get started. Grand Theft Auto 5 launched September 2013. It's now 3 years, almost 4 years old. Going on 4 years this September. But let's take a look. Let me pull it up for you. Come on. Now, as you can see right there, the release date of Grand Theft Auto 4 was April 29, 2008. Now, there were a few DLCs in between that pretty much were their own game, but you needed Grand Theft Auto 4 to play. So, from April 2008 to September 2013, that's what? 5 years. Okay? 5 years on the creation of Grand Theft Auto 6, or 5, excuse me. So, why is that everybody thinks 2017 or 2018 is going to be the year for Grand Theft Auto 6? It don't make no sense. Just don't make no sense. And the reason people believe that is because the videos that are being posted for the trailers and the teasers of the new Grand Theft Auto. Got news for you. I've seen those trailers, and I've heard some confirmations that they are real. In fact, one of them was supposedly played at an E3 convention. Now, the thing about that is, it's not Grand Theft Auto 6. It's actually going to be another one of Grand Theft Auto's branches, such as San Andreas, Vice City, Liberty City Stories, and Vice City Stories. And the all-famous London. So, in order for Grand Theft Auto 6 to be made, it's going to take some time. Now, from 4 to 5, took a long time. Took 5 years, right? No. Excuse me. Yeah, 5 years. Sorry. Brain wasn't comprehending. So, what am I doing? The Grand Theft Auto 3 release date was October 22nd, 2001. Now that's a real big leak. 7 years. 7 years. From the third Grand Theft Auto to the fourth one. I'll pull this up for you. Read you a little bit. Oh, I didn't get rid of that. I hate when my mouse doesn't want to work with me. Pull up the wiki. I'll show you a little something about it. We got the right one. Alright. So, looking from the original releases, the original release of all the Grand Theft Autos. Starting in 97, we had Grand Theft Auto, which was the original one, which was created by DMA Designs, or developed by DMA Designs, same thing pretty much. It was designed for the Game Boy Color, Windows, Mac, and PS1. We didn't have the mobile setup back then. Now, between 1997 and 1999, 3 games were produced. Now, back then, this was very easy. Rockstar Canada had stepped in, which is now Rockstar North, to help produce the London series. Unfortunately, they did not help with the Grand Theft Auto 2 series. Still, Grand Theft Auto 2 came out pretty decent for our age of games and how big it was. And as you can see, the jumps are not very big. So from 99 to 2001, we had 3 come out. And then the next year we had Vice City. Now Vice City was a small game. Same with San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto Advanced. They released 2 years after, so they're not very big, you know. Those games, I don't even think they hit 100 megabytes total in the space it takes to install them. I know for a fact Grand Theft Auto Advance is like 16 megabytes in size, and it was made for the Game Boy Advance only. Then the next year, after creation of this, Liberty City Stories came out. Now, you can see our jumps here. Vice City Stories came out, and then in 2008 the release of Grand Theft Auto 4. If you watch how many years it's taken to create each one, we started out, it was fairly quick. They were releasing games like crazy. But once we started getting to the HD series, 2008 Grand Theft Auto 4, 2009 Lost and Damned, Chinatown Wars, and Ballad of Gay Tony, we did not create another game until here. I say we, I mean Rockstar did not create another game until 2013, which was Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, that's 4 years. So, pretty much what people think because of this, from 2009 to 2013, they were creating Grand Theft Auto 4. When truthfully, Grand Theft Auto 4 finished and Grand Theft Auto 5 started. And I screwed up when I said Grand Theft Auto 4. I meant Grand Theft Auto 5, but still. From 2008 to 2013. Now, in between, Lost and Damned and Ballad of Gay Tony were 2 little DLCs that were pretty much their own game, just needed Grand Theft Auto 4 to play. Chinatown Wars was its own game, but it was a DS game. It was made for PSP, DS, ISO, or iOS, Android, and Fire OS. So if you don't know what Fire OS is, that's the OS for the Kindle. So, looking at this, we can guarantee that it'll be about a 5-year jump. And Chinatown Wars had been in production since the PSP had first released back in 2005. Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories were, of course, the first ones to go onto it, which they came out better, if you ask me. I played all 3 of those on the DS and the PSP, or well, not all 3 on the DS, just Chinatown Wars. And just by playing those and seeing how they work, Vice City and Liberty City Stories had a little bit more put into them. Of course, I played every one of these games except for Advanced. I never really got to play that. I played a little bit, but I never really got into it. Because I got it for Advanced, and it was like going back to the originals, and it was just like, yeah, I don't want to go back to the originals. So, there you have it. Grand Theft Auto 6 isn't coming out anytime soon. Now, maybe a DLC for Grand Theft Auto 5 that increases your story mode or adds another story mode, or a whole completely different game, which would be cool. I'd actually like to see Grand Theft Auto perform another branch. And if you follow that, the one thing we are missing is Vice City. We do not have a game from 2006 to now that is based in Vice City. We have Grand Theft Auto 4, which is Liberty City, Lost and Damned, and Ballad of Gay Tony, which were all Vice City, and I forget where Chinatown Wars is, but I want to say that was in Liberty City too. And then we have Grand Theft Auto 5, which returned to San Andreas, which is my favorite map. My speaking from where I see would be a good map. Bring all 3 of the island, or not island, but all 3 of the cities together. Go back to the 3 island setup like they normally had, and make one giant map. Bring back all the characters. I mean, I understand you can't take a 2D character and put it into a 3D world, and you can't take a 3D character and put it in an HD world, which is what a lot of people aren't realizing as to how what is his name? Patrick McGreary from Grand Theft Auto 4 appears in Grand Theft Auto 5. And if you haven't seen this or witnessed him yet, you can get him as playing as Franklin, and I think Trevor too, and maybe Michael. I don't remember. I know Franklin for sure because I've done it with Franklin. He is in San Andreas, and he performs a robbery, and the guy that's helping to set it up doesn't get a getaway car. So you have to have a car to help them get away, and once you get away, you get Patrick McGurry to help you. Okay, so let's leave that. Let's bring on my news here, which talks about Grand Theft Auto 6. And I'll leave the link to this page in the description in case anybody wants to read it. But pretty much what they're saying here, having the release of Grand Theft Auto 5 in 2013, speaking of how it's 3 years old and it is within the first 24 hours sold $1 billion worth of copies. I mean, they literally, within 24 hours, Rockstar brought in $1 billion. And that was, I think, global too at that. Or it may have just been in the United States. But if I remember right, it was the first 24 hours was released everywhere, but it may have just been a U.S. concern. But now, I'm not sure how up to date this is, but I know that this is somewhat correct because I had checked this at one point with Rockstar themselves. The last entry has gone to sell 60 million copies, which being Grand Theft Auto 5 online, DLC, and all that. 60 million copies. Now that's good. And that includes the PS4 and Xbox One release, plus their versions. And as you can see here, they say, and this is coming from them, from what they've been told by Tech Radar, or well, according to Tech Radar, excuse me. We know almost nothing about GTA 6. And this goes on to as the person who has done like a beta testing in the starting of it. Yeah. See, and they even say here, we currently have no idea on when GTA 6 will release, and with Red Dead Redemption 2 launching in 2017, it won't be for at least another year, most likely much longer. And oh, I hate when that happens. I don't want that, I just want this. Now, just reading this statement right here, I agree with this, yes. Like I said, if we go back and read all the read all the stuff on the wiki that on the release dates for each game, this is understandable. Now, GTA 6 news, what's being said about it? We're not worried about that. So, I mean, I have no more insiders that could tell me, anything else. I can do. Let me see if I can find this. Why is my caps lock on again? Come on. I can give you some visualization of what it may look like. Now, knowing Rockstar, I doubt they're going to put a giant number 6 on it like that. Knowing Rockstar, they're going to do it more like this. Now, this is their basic cover. We have the pictures. Now, this is an out-of-country edition case. But as you can see here, the palm tree. So I'm guessing they're finally going back to Vice City. Maybe, may not. I don't know yet. With that being said, I hope they do go back to Vice City, because it would be nice to play there again, and maybe bring Love Fist back. Who knows? They may not. But you never know. See. I can't show this video, sadly, because I don't have the rights to it. There's supposed to be official gameplay for GTA 6. And what looks, if you can see, I don't know if you can see that in there, but what looks like Trevor. That really throws it for people that actually took the deal to get rid of Trevor. Yeah. This is what Grand Theft Auto Online is saying. Although gamers are still believing that GTA 6 will be an American city, most popularly probably in Miami or New York City. You can also read best 4 locations for GTA 6. Recent rumors hint Rockstar is planning to indicate an entire U.S. map of Grand Theft Auto 6, including big cities such as Los Angeles, Miami, and many more. That I'm really doubting. Knowing Rockstar, they're not going to go that big on a map. Now, I could understand the major cities as New York and Miami. Los Angeles, maybe. I mean, San Andreas was kind of based off of Los Angeles if you play the original San Andreas game. But, I don't think they're gonna go ahead and do a map like that. But I would like to see the original Grand Theft Auto 6 setup where they had all the Grand Theft Auto maps right there. You could select what you could go to. But I would want it to where it was like all the islands were right by each other. You had the 3 islands you started on, and I don't know if I'd have it start on San Andreas or if I'd have it start in Liberty City or Vice City. Normally it'd probably go Liberty City, Vice City, San Andreas, or vice versa, or San Andreas in the middle. Needless to say, could go either way. See, that's a bogus video right there, guys. The GTA 6 confirmed, GTA release date, location, and more. That's bogus. I've already had people confirm. This, I can guarantee, come on, focus in, here we go. Grand Theft Auto Tokyo, bogus. It's not going to go out of seas like this because there has been talk of going back to London. Not going to happen, guys. Sorry to burst your bubble. Grand Theft Auto does not have an intention to leaving right now. See this? This is the map that I missed. Sorry, guys. I seen I had to show that. That is the map I missed. That is the original San Andreas map that you actually get to play on without having the overhead view. Online. Yeah, this is a bogus map, Portland, Oregon. Because I haven't heard anything about an update for Grand Theft Auto 5 bringing Portland, Oregon. Yeah, see, here's the map that. Hang on, let me see if I can zoom this up without it looking horrible. How long does it take to show that? Oh, it's going to take me to the web page. Heck, I'm at the wrong button. Tab. It's going to take me right back to that. I don't want that. What am I doing wrong? Oh, open image and new tab. Dar, dar, dar. Where am I today? Just turn my zoom up. Oop, too far, guys. There we go. Now, this is what they're talking about. A full map. Do you know how long it would take you to go from here to here, or from here to here? I mean, come on. From right here to right here, I can tell you that's almost 500 miles, if not more. So, you're talking days just to drive to New York, or to Maine, or any of this spot up here. Plus, would they be allowing you to go to Canada for real and actually use the names of the cities? Which I understand they used the names of San Andreas as a city, Vice City was based off Miami, and Liberty City is New York, and going to Mexico. Now, I could understand because Red Dead Redemption, the first Red Dead Redemption, is based in Texas, and you're based along here, somewhere around in here. I forget exactly where it is. However, if I remember right, it's right up in here because you can go to Amarillo, Texas. But I highly doubt that Grand Theft Auto is going to make a map that big. I mean, that is a large map. Here's another speculation. I can tell you that's not a valid map. But this would be a good idea. Here you have the original, not the original, but the new San Andreas. Here you have Liberty City, and I'm guessing this right here is supposed to be Vice City, which would be pretty decent. This actually needs to be over here more. San Andreas is a west city, while Vice City is a southeast city, and Liberty City is a northeast city. I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to be, or this. I'm guessing this is a little town. This is probably another city they're going to add, or North San Andreas. No telling. This could be North Yankton right here, if they bring North Yankton into it. But this is fan art, I believe. I don't see anything to tell me that this is an actual website that's supposed to have it. Man, there are a lot of mods on this game. Forgot how many mods. I'd actually like to script mod that one. That'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, I don't. So right now, no word is out, and you know, as soon as word gets out, we'll be able to know exactly what it will be. Really, Liberty City, San Andreas, and Vice City. That would be nice. I don't think I would choose this cover. I would go with the new one. I'd like to see them bring back the characters or the originals. And, you know, if it was possible and Rockstar do it, yes, go back to London. Add a London map to it. Make it a DLC for all I care, but add it. Holy Grand Theft Auto 5 or 6 Easter egg. How can there be an Easter egg if the game's not even finished yet, if it's still in beta? You know, it's not even in beta right now. It's in a rough draft. You can play it, but you ain't getting very far in it because the game's not finished. Alright guys, well, that's my rant and rave. Or well, I shouldn't say rant and rave. That is my point of view on Grand Theft Auto 6 and what they should do. And best estimate 2018 at the earliest for Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm leaning more towards around 2020. I wouldn't say no later than 2020. So we can expect to see, since it's been long enough, in between Grand Theft Auto series, such as the preview that has been seen and was supposedly shown at E3. I cannot confirm that because I was not at E3 and I did not catch E3. I could look up the videos of it, but I really don't feel like spending 6 hours or more watching videos on a past event. That is mostly just talking about video games. I'd rather talk about them. So give me a like if you like the video. If you don't, I'll give me a thumbs down. Subscribe for more videos. Hopefully more Paladins tournaments coming up. Maybe ones we can get pretty far up, if not win. And if you're looking for the teams to join, you can hit us up on our personal Twitter accounts, or you can go to our Twitter account for the group, which is going to be set in the link. It'll be Bandit Esports. We're always looking for new players to join in, see if we can find better players and get our teams going. We only have one team right now. We would like to get a sub team in case of someone not able to make it to a play. So just whichever we get, which is what we get, but we're looking for good players. You know, we don't want little kids. So y'all join if you want. I'll leave a link in the descriptions for everything. Till next time, guys.